Good morning, everybody. I'm sitting out here on my front porch, just, enjoying this gorgeous morning and watering some trees that I put in. My wife and I, just a few trees, needs a lot of watering. So I'm just on that today before I start my day. And I was feeling some energies coming through today, and I just wanted to put this out there about the energies that I'm getting today, and I've been witnessing over about the last 10-day period. So we're in an interesting energetic shift, and we've got some big energies churning out in the universe right now. So I'm coming to you in my morning best, just like I always do, because I always get these messages in the morning for whatever reason. Probably because I'm not doing anything and I'm just sitting here listening to the universe. So that's probably why. But what I wanted to share with everybody is this, guys. We have big positive shifts coming, but they are really big shifts. They are big shifts in the way that we do things day to day. They're big shifts in the way that we do things with each other day to day. This is what we've got coming up. We've got to really, I don't want to say got to, that's not the right word, but we benefit the most from really centering in who we are and what we're here to bring to ourselves and to the world. And there's a lot of change that's happening right now in the ethers, and a lot of us can feel this change and this transition. And a lot of it is good people voicing that they don't like the way things are going, or people are banding together to bring in more of a love vibration. They're bringing in more of a, we just don't want to play this I hate you game anymore. This division game is not working for me. I'm seeing people across the spectrum of belief coming on board with this, saying, I don't want to be the person who hates people anymore because they're different than me. And I'm seeing this across the board, guys. So think about this. With a United States that's been heavily divided over the last 8 years, 10 years, whatever you want to say, think about the ripple of energy that disrupts the status quo when a lot of people are just dropping like a hot potato this modality of hating one another. Think about that. That's pretty big. So what we've got is we've got this ether right now of change, which is positive change. We also have this ether of a lot of disruption. And even though the ether is positive disruption, the human psyche oftentimes will feel disruption as, or change as negative, right? We think that change is negative. So what I would tell everybody here is to take great big breaths and make sure you're not putting roving targets on just random stuff in your life that you can scratch an itch in your head about. In other words, there's a lot of uncertainty in the ethers right now as we are changing and evolving into a more productive country. And we're seeing some really awful things happening right now. We're also seeing a lot of people lawfully and non-violently standing up to ICE raids and saying things like, no, you cannot just randomly root through people's houses. That's not okay. You know, we're seeing a kind, gentle, just turn away from all of this weird violence that's going on. And I mean, we can all agree we want a safe country, blah, that's not up for grabs. What is up for grabs is the way we're going about it. So one of the things I would tell you is if you're struggling right now with needing to find something that you need to fight about with someone else because you're feeling something you just can't get a handle on in yourself right now, you're probably picking up the ethers, you guys. Now, I'm not saying you might not have your own stuff going on. Most of us have stuff going on in our life. Most of us have things we're working through to varying degrees about who we are as a person. But watch the roving target. What am I talking about? Well, I'm going to use something as an example in my own life this morning. So this morning I get up and I wake up and I had a very minor procedure done at the hospital yesterday, which is not a big deal, but makes you kind of loopy for a day or so. And I get up this morning and the first thing I have is a text. And it's from a friend of mine who lives from out of state. And this friend is tearing me up. just ripping me a butthole about how I'm a lousy friend, and the only time I ever hear, like, they were a friend of mine for music, okay? And the only time they hear from me is this and that, and a lot of discontent that they placed on me. Well, shoot, as far as I was concerned, we were fine. So I had no idea what this person was so upset about. But I could tell they picked me to be the person they were angry at. And I texted him briefly back, and at first I thought, my God, is this text even meant for me? So I said, oh my gosh, did you mean to send me this text? And they're like, yes, this is meant for you. And all these years you said we were such great friends, and I never hear from you. And I had no idea what my friend was talking about. As far as I knew, we were perfectly fine. But this person had some very unhappy feelings towards me about what I was not fulfilling in their life. And I was just like, dude, are you okay? And I even wrote back, I'm like, are you okay? Is everything okay? And this person wrote me back and said, don't gaslight me, blah, blah, blah. And you need to listen to me. And I mean, obviously they have a struggle. Okay. So whatever. I just sent my friend back a lot of love, because this has nothing to do with me. I have no idea why they're upset. The dynamic of our friendship has been the same for 15 years. So obviously they're having a bad time. But the reason I'm bringing this up is because they've since blocked, I tried to call them and they blocked my phone call, and they blocked me on Facebook and all these things. And it's not about, oh my gosh, oh poor me, whatever. People are going through a lot right now. I recognize that my friend, who's a huge empath, is picking up this feeling of change. And they just needed somewhere to put that. And so I get this crazy explosive thing this morning, which was, I just pray for my friend. My heart's broken for my friend. They're obviously going through something. So that's why I'm doing this, because I've been noticing a pattern of this lately, where folks need to find a place to put their specific itch in their head. So just understand that's going on with people. And if you're somebody who is going through this feeling right now of not being able to identify this roving, that you have to fight about something. There's a fight you have to have. Guys, you may just be picking up the ethers right now. Okay, calm, breathe. All right. Everybody in your life isn't out to get you. Everybody in your life isn't out to betray you. And maybe some people are, but most people aren't, right? So just take a breath, because what we're going through collectively is so huge right now that people are feeling so unsafe about what tomorrow even holds, you guys, that they're needing to lash. And my friend, who I still consider my friend, and I hope this individual gets some help, because, oh my goodness, are they suffering? They're suffering, and it makes me sad. However, what I'm receiving here today, and this is what I wanted to share, is that we all really need to be on top of our responses to everything. And it's very easy when we feel out of control to, again, pick a person, make a roving target, make it all about them. And maybe there are some grievances there. That's fine. However, blowing up our lives and blowing up our relationships right now, just because we have an itch that we can't scratch, is not a good time frame for it, guys, because everybody else is going through a lot of really hard stuff too. And expecting other people to clean up our aisle 9 explosion right now is not good, no matter who they are. So we can be heard, we can be seen, but what most of us are feeling is big change that's coming in that is frightening for a lot of us. We're also feeling, guys, we're feeling earth changes. You know, I don't know if anybody's been paying attention to the news lately. To science lately. How's that? I don't know if anybody's been paying attention to science lately, yet they're coming back. Our climate scientists are coming back saying that we have the hottest temperatures on record coming up. So you guys, collectively as a species, we are feeling that we are feeling very much the pressure that the earth is under. And when it gets really hot, guys, that's hard for water. That's hard to grow food. That's hard for a lot of things. So collectively, as a species of humans, we're feeling climate duress, but nobody's talking about it. So that's this weird background noise in our biology that creates anxiety. So we start having the moving target. Who am I mad at? Who am I mad at? My neighbor, the liberal, the MAGA person. Who am I mad at? My friend, my spouse. Who am I mad at? I need to feel some control, because when we're angry, it's the illusion of control. And, you know, one of these things that my sweet friend, who, God bless this person who's going through whatever they're going through, one of the things when I said, it sounds like you're going through something, what happened in your life? And they hit me back with, I'm not going through with anything. I'm just very unhappy with you. And maybe they have been. Okay, well, news to me. Okay, I suck, I guess. But I was just like, wow. I said, are you sure you're okay? And they said, stop asking me. We were texting. And this is before they blocked me. And they said, stop asking me if I'm okay. I need you to hear me. I said to my friend, I hear you. I'm kind of lost. And they were just drowning in this feeling of being isolated. And that's when I keyed on that my sweet empath friend was feeling what we're all feeling out here, which is, oh my God, there's huge changes. I have no control over this. I don't know what this means for my life. I don't know what this means for my planet. I don't know what this means for my country. And maybe my friend was pissed at me for whatever reason, but bam, did I get it. And I didn't even take any of it personally. I was just like, this is okay. Well, I'm sorry. So this is why I'm putting this out there today, because it's kind of been a weird theme coming around where I've seen people getting really upset about lots of different things. And guys, who we are is we're only one person. You can only do one thing. And I'm not saying don't evaluate your life and your friendships and all that. Definitely do that. But what we're feeling is change, guys. We're feeling change, okay? And if you are someone right now that is just so itchy and unhappy, then there's probably reasons for that that might be personal, and they may be collective. You know, I would just ask all of us to take big breaths before expecting someone else to be able to solve the itch in your head. That's all. Because what we are all feeling, we are all under this collective pressure. We are all under this feeling of, oh my God, there's stuff going on that I can't control. We're all there in the same boat, all right? All of us. All the liberal people, all the MAGA people, all the I don't give a crap people. We are all human, and we are in the same boat. And if we're feeling like we are very unhappy with the relationships in our life, or we're feeling very unhappy with where we are in life, you know, only we can make those changes, right, guys? And if you are truly determining that someone is a bad friend or a bad gaslighter or a liar or whatever, only we can make those changes to not be around people like that we feel are bad for us. Yet I would caution everybody, take a breath, take a breath, take a breath, and just see if this is a roving target in the head that needs an answer, because we're scared. We're all scared right now, guys. So breathe, breathe, breathe. Connect to the earth. The Great Mother has a lot of information about how we don't need to be scared, even though she's going through a lot of changes, and how we are best suited to think the best of people, how we are best suited to trust those around us, how we are best suited to see the blessings that we receive every day, how we are best suited not to blow up everything just because we need somewhere to put our target, because we have a scratchy itch in our head we can't figure out. You know, remember, trust is what heals everything in this incarnation, guys. And please do not hit my thread back with, you're telling people to stay in abusive relationships. No, I'm not. Please go trauma dump on somebody else's thread. Kind of over getting trauma dumped. Yeah. And I'm also over people trying to establish relationships with me through trauma bonding. That's been a theme. So, and my friend was trying to get a big trauma conversation going. And it's like, honey, I can't help you with your itch. I love you. I don't know what's going on with you. So that's not a productive way to go forward. Trust dump on people, trust bond with people, love dump on people, love bond with people. That's the way we heal this world, okay? That's what's going to work for everybody. And you're going to find there's a lot of people out there who don't want that love. They don't want that trust. It interrupts their narrative. It interrupts their narrative as the victim and the martyr. And they are still learning from these feelings. And that's okay too. All right? So we've just got to extend love and compassion to one another. If you're feeling itchy in your head, love and compassion. Love and compassion. People are not your enemy. All right? There are some scared people who are acting in enemy ways right now. Even they are not your enemy. I know you want to say that's not true. So-and-so is my enemy. Well, I'm not going to talk you out of your feelings, yet we have got to start trusting, especially the people in our lives, guys. We've got to start trusting people. And if we don't, we are screwed. We're screwed. Ain't nobody going to help us learn trust, guys. Okay? So after I got this text this morning, I thought, wow, what's going on in the universe? We also have some astrology going on. I'm not an astrologer, so I won't get into that. But there is some astrology. And my good friend Jennifer Freed is an astrologer, and she'd put something out about some planets shifting. So I'd encourage you to look that up because there's something moving from Cancer into something. I'm not even going to say because I'm going to get it wrong. But it's also disrupting people's illusion of heart and home. But there's no disruption there, guys. It's here. The disruption is here. So, yeah, just lead with love, guys, will ya? Because what we don't want to do, I still love my friend that sent me all this stuff and blocked me to Kingdom Come. And I'm assuming at some point my friend will seek help or calm down. Or maybe we're just not friends anymore. That breaks my heart to pieces, but I can't do anything about that. You know, you can't, if that's what that person believes, that's what that person believes. So, okay. And we're going to lose friends through this time frame, guys, because we just won't be able to be part of their narrative. And all we can do to minimalize that is to just love on people. Okay? So please trust the people around you. Please love them. Please love them and know they're going through hard stuff just like you are, just like I am. I'm going through a bucket of hard stuff right now. And just because I don't talk about it doesn't mean I'm not going through it. And it's because I am dealing with my stuff productively, I hope, you know. So it doesn't mean that I'm not feeling this stuff, and it doesn't mean I'm not going through it. It just means that I am working on things. So let's all work on our own things. Let's take the roving target off people's heads. Let's trust and love one another, guys. Do your very best just because you have an itch in your head not to trauma dump on people, because that's rough. It's rough for the person doing it. My poor friend was in such duress this morning. God, I was just in tears with how shocking this was to receive this, but also to feel how torn up they were in their psyche. Let's just work on us and love each other, all right? Shit's gonna go down, but we are gonna be able to come together in trust and love, and we will help it through. Hold the line for what matters. Hold the line for what matters. I'm holding it the best I can. I'm not perfect. I'm not going to meet your needs. I'm not going to meet all my needs. I'm probably not going to meet all my wife's needs, sadly. But I'm going to do my best because that's all we can do, guys. So love one another. Love one another. And trust one another, okay? There's a lot of change. That's all I want to tell you today. I love everybody. I got a busy work day, so I got to go. But I'll talk to you guys later, okay? I love you. Bye-bye.